Wanted to keep the conversation going now with Thane Rosenbaum, a distinguished professor at Touro University in New York, also with us, former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum here in studio. Professor Rosenbaum, let me go to you. Just your thoughts on what we've seen play out on college campuses across the United States.
Well, Emma, first of all, in the Ivy League, but even in Binghamton, killing a Palestinian terrorist in self-defense is considered genocide. I mean, that's how, what moral relativism and moral depravity looks like. Secondly, I thought that the pro-Palestinian movement on campuses was focused on human rights. Babies don't have human rights. This really unmasks the pro-Palestinian movement. It's pure anti-Semitism. And let's not forget something. If you're cheering for what just happened in southern Israel last week, you're cheering for the murder of Americans and the kidnapping of Americans, too. At an American university, you're cheering on kidnapping and killing of Americans. And so maybe their response is, yeah, but they're Jewish Americans. And really, this is really about hating Jews. And Emma, you just saw a Heil Hitler sign, and that's clearly a sign of what's the true motivation behind these marches.
And Senator, just to be clear, 1,300 dead and more Israelis, 3,200 injured. The kidnapped, we're talking about taking of hostages, elderly, women, teenagers, children, babies. Again, we've heard the just sheer brutality of it all, and yet you see folks picking sides, specifically here talking about college campuses, even at Harvard, which we showed that report earlier, some 30-something students jumping on board with that. Taking sides in a situation like this, many wonder, how is that possible?
Because the colleges and universities of this country, not just the Harvards and Columbias, but across the board, are teaching Marxism. They're teaching a radical ideology that says that those who are in power need to be taken down, and those who are, quote, weak are, whether it's blacks or Palestinians or whatever the case may be, they're the ones who have to rise up, and this is justice. This is not genocide. This is justice. This is the intersectionality that you hear so much about. All of this is being taught. And you're seeing it come out, very, very clearly here, that the Jews, and this is an anti-Semitic trope that's been around for a long time, are the powerful people. They're the folks who have the money. They're the people who control everything. And so they must be taken down. That's why you see the universities of this country rising up, because this is typical Marxism. And that's what's being taught in our universities. A vast majority of young people in this country believe that socialism and communism is better than capitalism. Now you're seeing it in real time, with real lives at stake.
Again, we've seen video of students taking to their campuses and organizing these protests here. We'll go back to Thane Rosenbaum. Have we seen faculty members really step up and take a stand in any of these instances here? Are they deciding what can be done to protect their students on campus?
Emma, that's how these kids got these ideas that the senator just talked about when he said intersectionality, critical race theory. The concept is being taught by professors, especially in the humanities department, political science and history, essentially saying that if you have white skin, you are automatically an oppressor and you're presumptively guilty. And if you have dark skin, you are among the oppressed and you have automatic virtue. And so that's why you always hear the term of art in connection with Israel, settler colonialism, right? The fact is, half the country in Israel are dark-skinned. But they don't want to hear that. They want to just say, no, Jews are white, and they're really white. I mean, they're really white. And that's why you hear these words. Don't be mistaken. Settler colonialism is a code word for intersectionality, critical race theory, to say we are challenging and taking down all colonialists that have been oppressing people of color.
It's widely known Hamas, their goal and their goal only, to kill Jews. It's been widely stated they weren't coming after to take over the country of Israel. It was simply to kill Jews from what we've seen. And again, finding a side in that, or multiple sides in that, again, very difficult for many to understand. Thane Rosenbaum, Professor, thank you. Senator Rick Santorum, thank you for sharing your thoughts.